I'm the greatest attorney. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your humble host, Revo, and welcome back to another day in the revolution. Today, as soon as my PlayStation wants to start yelling at me, first off, we are going to be back with more The Great Ace Attorney. Um, my PlayStation decided to unplug itself. Yay! So that means Volume 4. Yep, there it is. It's gonna take me a minute, guys. I gotta repair, gotta get stuff repaired, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it wasn't removed properly. Not my fault, I didn't unplug it. Oh, yeah.
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay, well, you've got probably about maybe a couple minutes. Because my thing has to repair, then I gotta finally pull up the game.
Okay.
Oh, and now I'm getting a feedback or something in my headphones. Hold on. I'm having so much trouble this morning. Okay. Okay. Sounds good for now. Sorry, guys. this was. This part is not my fault. This is not my fault. Because I didn't. Because the thing pulled out on its own. I did absolutely nothing. So, yeah. Anyways, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're having a better morning than I am right now. Everything was fine. I had to finish something off, getting some stuff ready for the stream. Then find out, hey, guess what? Um, it's time for you to start stream. What? I'm not even fully set up yet. Oh, fuck my life. Yay! Okay, be sure. And whatever you're hearing, guys, I have no idea what it is. It just literally just started. And I used this headset last night, too. So I do greatly apologize for that. Anyways, let's get the game booted up. The thing is that I didn't even hear whatever this feedback is going on right now, or whatever it's groaning about. And right when I started streaming before I had to do like 10,000 other things. So yeah. Anyways, swear I'm forgetting something. I just hope my mic's not going bad. I can't afford another mic right now. I'm gonna do a couple things real quick. Give me a second. Okay, let's hope that worked. And Yeti. Okay. All right. Oh wait, this is part 3, isn't it? Damn, I gotta fix that later. Actually, can I fix that now? Can I fix that now? Please tell me. Okay. That's because we started this last Monday, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be part 3, not part 2. I'm gonna double check that real quick. Yeah, I'm a professional here, guys. I promise. Not. Yeah, this is part 3. Okay, hopefully that is taken care of. So just do that. Okay. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the whole debacle in the beginning. If this was not on the day I'm off, I would have canceled this. With all this that's happened. Anyways, last time, uh, you remember what happened last time?
Many memo. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, came up. I guess. Whatever.
yeah, yeah, and really, that's the only thing I remember. Oh, anyways, regardless of what happened, we're here at the witness testimony. So, the witness's secrets. Who was it? You as Memento?
It's a cross. Yeah, it is, and also it's a cross examination.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's figure out what it said. Just go ahead and reread this so we can get caught up a little bit.
I don't remember what kind of voice I gave him. Whatever. I'll just wing it, I guess.
It's been a week, guys. Please forgive.
I asked the English woman for an interview request she declined, so I left it out without making a fuss. Then, watching clearly from outside, I saw the woman being stabbed and the other witness going, I'm running. The detective realized the victim still had a pulse, so he ran off to fetch help. That's when this writer here asked the woman a very significant question. But he didn't say anything about that in his testimony, which is why many memoism demands to reveal it now. And yeah.
Okay, I do not remember any of that at all. Oh, God. Okay, I say press on the last statement to figure out why Sasuke-san didn't mention anything.
Okay. So I guess I can.
Saseki-san, are you trying to hide something? Don't look at me like that! Saseki-san, you must tell the court everything that happened. Well, in truth, I've been catching crabs at the water's edge and building castles in the sand, you see.
Okay. Well, seaside's a place to be at leisure, I suppose, even for a grown man.
But all of a sudden, in that little beach hut, a girl's panic-stricken cries for help preceded the air.
Oh,
Pierced the air. Ray? I ran up to the beach to see what happened, to find the defendant leaning over the collapsed victim. As soon as Inspector Hosanaga saw Miss Brett on the ground, he sprinted to get help. And then Just a moment later, I heard a faint moan. That sounded wrong, by the way. A moan from the dead
Well,
English woman.
I mean, people moan in pain, so not
True.
really, you know.
Yeah, true. Just my brain's in the gutter.
I mean, so was mine, but I don't know. Didn't put two and two together because considering what happened to her.
True. I nearly jumped out of my skin! But what did you ask her, Sasaki-san? I asked her, who did this to you?
I mean, you know, that's a very reasonable question to ask.
Exactly.
Don't approach back this any longer. How did the woman respond?
She didn't. She didn't say a thing in response. But
I'm understand. You will answer the question asked of you. Unambiguously. Now, without evasion or reticence, whatever.
okay.
I demand that you amend your testimony.
I will! Okay. I asked her, who did this to you? But she never replied. She just lifted a tremble finger, pointed it in the direction of the defendant.
These must. It has to do with one of these two statements, most likely. The question
Yeah.
isn't weird.
Do you want to just press on it? Or do you think that'd be
I
a
mean,
waste
I
of
guess
time?
sometimes. I mean, sometimes when we get new or updated testimonies, when we press them again, press the new one, we get more information. So
Yeah, so we'll
I'll
go
just
with
press both of them and see what happens.
So we'll go with the first one I asked her.
Hold it!
So you try to find out who the culprit was? He who asks questions is a fool for a minute. He who does not remain a fool forever. Having been labeled a criminal twice during my time in Great Britain. Twice?
Twice? When was the first time?
That's what I want to know. Well, anyways, I was quick to make up my mind. Better to be a fool for a minute than remain a fool in person forever.
Man, I remember this guy's voice clearly. I can never forget the Squidward voice. However, you indicated that the victim failed to respond. Is that correct?
I know why. I know why the English woman said nothing. She was ignoring me because my stoop and my mustache became because I'm Japanese. Really? That's why? Oh dear. So Seki-san really developed a dislike for English, it seems.
I feel like if I'm ever like one of the first prosecutor in the first trial, like Pain or whatever, I feel like whenever I'm Pain, I should just do the Squidward voice.
That's what I'm gonna do. Better than trying to do that Mickey Mouse voice I did in the first case that killed my vocal cords.
Having read the report on his time in Great Britain, yes, I'm surprised at his xenophobia.
That's what it sounds look like. So
I don't know what xenophobia is. I've heard it. Don't know what kind of phobia it is.
your guess is good as mine.
Because I know there's a ton of phobia, so it's like hard to know which is which.
I've heard of xenophobia, but if you ask me what the phobia is, someone else can answer that because I won't, because I don't know.
I mean, there are some pretty obvious ones, like obvious phobias, like arachnophobia.
Yep, fuck
Like, that's
it.
the easiest one to understand.
Fuck it. Well, let me actually get the word up. Xenophobia. Xenophobia is a fear or dislike for anything that is perceived as being foreign or strange. It is an expression that is based on perception that a conflict exists between an in and an out group.
Okay then.
Basically like us here in the United States might have a fear for example China. That's a xenophobia. It's anything that's outside of our country, basically.
But the English woman didn't ignore you at all, did she, Mr. Butterman?
Well, yes, all right. She did respond in a matter of speaking, I suppose. Just lifted a trembling finger and pointed to the defendant.
Hold it!
Oh, that...
Hold it!
Miss Brett pointed a finger at the defendant? So Seki-san, is that really true? It's not easy to stand here and say this, but when we first entered the beach hut, the English woman was sprawled on the floor before us, with the student girl standing on the far side of her. When I asked, "Who did this to you?" the English woman summoned her last ounce of strength and pointed a trembling finger back of the hut, which was, I can't be denied, in the direction of the student girl who stood accused today. No.
Seki-san, why on earth did you neglect to mention this in your original testimony?
But fiddlesticks, I say!
This is not a British court of law. You will respond in Japanese.
Wait, he said that in English? Oh, that's hilarious. His name is Japanese, and he literally said it in English. What the fuck, Oseki?
I don't know. I don't know how long. He's probably been in Britain long enough to be like, affected by it.
That is still hilarious, by the way. Yes, of course. The English woman did point a finger at the back of the hut, but I was trembling, and she was trembling, and everything was a blur. And I was thinking about it. I feel, though, as perhaps she was pointing in a slightly different direction. Actually, no, not slightly. In a very different direction to where the student girl was standing. Somewhere in the back of the hut, where nobody was standing at all. You mean your memory of events and the direction in which the victim was pointing are both unclear? Yes, that's it. Unclear. Very, very unclear.
Objection!
Your Excellency, surely it proves the matter beyond all reasonable doubt. Yes, the woman may barely have been conscious, and yes, perhaps her finger wavered slightly. But there can be no doubt that this was an attempt by the victim to confirm the identity of her. Jeez. Silent. Why? Why not?
Okay, if she was, you said that she was originally pointing to the victim, but then then because he is scared out of his shitty hell, pointing in a complete different direction than the victim, than the culprit, then should we be questioning things?
Because the court can see there was no other than the accused in the direction the victim was pointing. It's now abundantly clear that no one besides the accused could have possibly committed this crime. I'm inclined to agree. And, in the absence of any critical argument, we can now conclude.
No. No!
Headline's writing itself. Section Laura's hopes died. 92 point across the whole page. We'll do an extra edition. It's serious blow. Why you say Sasato? It's not Sasato.
I know, right?
It's the serious blow, Sasato. Once we're able to identify the true culprit and substantiate our claim with evidence, Judge will give you his ruling. The trial will be over.
But that's impossible, Father. We don't even know how the crime was committed yet.
Possible, though. This has to be seen. We have no choice. We must think back over everything we've learned thus far. Somewhere, in all those details, I'm confident we'll find the clue we need.
Ray gave me her account on the events unfolded in the defendant's antechamber before the trial resumed. She told us what happened at the precise moment Miss Brett was killed. The English woman was sitting at the back of the hut, listening to what I was saying. And then, a moment later, she was suddenly got to her feet before collapsing to the floor in front of me, with a knife in her back. How can Miss Brett have been stabbed in the back? The beach hut was empty for herself and Ray. Remember where she was at. She was sitting in the back of the hut with her back, and there was a little gap in between the bamboo.
Well, I mean, there wasn't a hole in there. Benny Memo made the hole there.
Oh, right. And that was in a different area. But still, it could still be another one that no one found. Anyways, somewhere amid all the information we've gathered so far, there must be an answer to that question.
Bigger than the defense, there's nothing further to add. Time what I can get Yoko students till it finally runs out. I can't say I'm surprised. In this case, I'm ready to live with my fellow verdict on this matter.
This is a crucial turning point. I cannot establish what really happened. It's over. When the real culprit is hiding, and how did he or she stab the victim? I'm re-looking through a couple things real quick. A new poison under development. What did we learn about this new poison again?
Hmm?
The new poison. Wasn't it, what did we learn about it again?
It's the poison article?
No, the poison itself.
What about the poison itself?
What did we learn about it?
I mean, we just learned that you can look at the article and see what about the poison.
Oh, sorry. One thing I hate about having this long of a break in between, especially a game I've never played. Let's see. Delian quantities, smallest brown. But it did say. But here's the thing. It did. We were told that there was no poison on the blade.
Mhm.
Let's see. But yet there there is a pupil constriction, so how did so they have to so the poison had to been there. But yet it
Yeah,
wasn't
but
on the blade, or at least
it could have been on another sharp object.
the fountain pen?
I mean, what else could it be?
Oh, I mean I did mention of the right. Now it's coming back to me. I also did mention on how there's nothing in the pen, and it's completely empty. So
And also, isn't these one of those pens where you can like kind of like extract like ink into the pen by using the point?
is that how it works?
I don't know.
Or could
Because
it be?
how else is you supposed to like fill it up?
In the old days, I have no idea. You could either find a way to extract it through the tip, or the whole pen comes
That's
undone
what.
and you fill it that way.
Well, I was thinking extracting it from the tip,
So I know
because that would be a
how.
quicker way to get the. Because that'd be a quicker way to get the poison.
Yeah. Your Excellency, I respectfully ask you to postpone the adjudication for the time being.
Oh. To what end, Counsel?
The defense, which likes to present the court with an alternate theory that can be explained. Who the victim was actually trying to implicate with her dying gesture.
An alternate theory? Huh? Huh? Non-exist.
There was someone else present at the scene who could have committed the crime.
What?
And that victim, Miss Brett, was trying to reveal it was to those around her at the time. By mustering all her remaining strength and pointing a trembling finger at the killer's direction.
This is fiction. Fantasy. I mean, technically it is.
Yeah.
Very well. As you seem so sure of yourself, Counsel, I'm prepared to hear your alternative theory. So, young Ryotaro Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency?
You will present your latest theory to the court by means of this plan. At the moment the victim was stabbed, where exactly are you supposing the culprit was concealed?
Let's see. Said she was sitting, and then she fell. Okay, let me look at the Okay, so if we're going by this, then she would be. They said she was sitting.
She was sitting on a chair. In a chair, which is at the back of the hut. So how else would she get stabbed while she was sitting in the back?
So, this is going to be tricky because the only thing we have that is a chair, at least to where we can see, it would be right behind where the culprit would be.
Yeah, it is. That's the chair. You can even see it on the what is it? The crime scene photograph. You can
Yeah.
even see the chair in the crime scene photograph.
Yeah,
So
and
it is that one.
and if you look the way that she has fallen, she could have literally easily just fallen from the chair, and you can actually see a gap behind the chair, just enough for something to be pushed in, stabbed into her. So
And who knows? Or that could have been a result of him trying to close the gap. Who knows?
yeah, so hopefully I
It,
don't. Hopefully this
it
is
would be.
it,
It would be right behind where the chair is,
yeah.
pretty
So
much outside.
which would be. So, which would also be right behind the culprit. So, anyways,
Right behind the chair outside.
Narahodo-san would never give up, and I'm a Narahodo now. Are you married to him or something and they never said?
Who knows? They might have after the end of the second game. Who knows?
But yet,
We'll never know.
but yet, after the second game, we're in the second game.
That's what I mean. We won't know.
The true culprit, fatally stabbed Miss Brett, was concealed here at this location.
Are you mad, Council? You're suggesting that the culprit was outside the hut? What?
Exactly what we're saying.
Order, order, order!
But the student lawyer Narahodo-san, Esquire, that makes no sense at all.
You just pointed out the exact spot where I was hiding to get my scoop snap.
Oh, so are you saying you're the one?
I didn't see any suspicious individuals loitering about. I can swear to that. Obviously, if the culprit had been outside the hut, there's no way that he or she would have stabbed the victim who was inside the hut. I mean, sure, he didn't see it, but that's because he himself is the murderer.
Exactly. Actually, Prosecutor Auchi, there is a way.
Huh?
And, in point of fact, the defense can provide evidence strongly suggesting that it is precisely the way Miss Brett was killed.
Oh, okay. You're bluffing. You're bluffing, yokel. Defense's assertion is clearly too fantastical for the court to comprehend. You will need to give us more guidance, Counsel. What piece of evidence corroborates your theory that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut? Would it be?
I have a couple. It could be.
I'm thinking maybe the photograph that Manny Mo took outside.
The incriminating photograph?
Wait. Maybe. Wait, I'm thinking.
Because
No, I don't think it would be.
it would or wouldn't be.
I'm thinking again, and now I don't think it would be.
Because I have a couple things. It could be
'Cause that would
either.
be apt.
Could it would be the crime scene photograph, or I'm thinking it could be the fountain pen.
Oh, I just did the fountain pen. It is not the fountain pen.
Okay, so it's not the fountain pen. I'm gonna try the crime scene.
Same.
Oh, it's the crime scene.
Yep. It's the crime scene. Let's go. First try. Let's go.
Yeah, first try. We did. We knew exactly what we were doing all along.
the original photographic print of the crime scene.
Yes, it's clear. It's visible in this print. The trace that fatal thrust that was delivered from outside the beach hut.
Dude, you take us for fools. There's no hint of any such thing.
I'm not sure everyone present would agree. Someone, at least, appears to have noticed what it is that I'm referring to.
Once again, no one's calling you to put bed. You're supposed to put a court. Where on this photograph is this crazy stabbing that you playing? The place outside the hut.
Here's the thing. I understand why they would be confused because it's not completely obvious.
Yeah, it's not obvious, so of course they'd be confused.
Yeah, but if you go to the right, to the north, hey, what do we have here? It's a little itty bitty gap.
A little bit of a gap.
Take that! Look closely right here.
Whoop.
In the screen in the back of the hut, you can see effects of a blade have been forced through the reeds.
Yeah, because that gap does not look like the other smaller gaps in the hut.
Yeah.
No, I can't see that it's a thing.
Okay, before we continue, Haruchi, I have one serious question for you right now. Are you blind? Are you legally and literally blind? Please tell me right now. Are you literally and legally blind? You do not see that little gap, or do you refuse to see it? Otherwise, actually, take your head and shove it through that window. Maybe that will get you to see properly.
I mean, he probably refuses to see it because that'll just make him, lose in this
Incompetent?
case. I mean, he lost to Naruhodo once.
And God forbid he lose to another Nadahodo, which is not really a Nadahodo.
Exactly.
And
in fact, he was going to lose to a girl as well.
I was just getting ready to say that. And technically, he is a she, and you lost to a woman. Which actually, in this day and age, okay, first off, everyone, any women that is watching these streams right now, I have nothing against any of you. Trust me. I respect women as much as men. I respect on who you are, not what you are. But back in the day, that's like a death sentence. A man losing to a woman, never heard of. Find that hilarious every time, by the way. Anyways, you got anything to add before I continue?
No.
Okay. It's true that the hut in question has 4 walls, as you expect. However, by parting the reeds, the knife blade could easily penetrate them.
This is extraordinary.
Yes. The true culprit actually stabbed the victim from outside the beach hut. Ah! And of everyone present in the scene, there is only one person who could have done that. Only one person who was directly outside the hut when Miss Brett was killed. Reddington Memimento-san. Retten Memimento-san. It could have been you. It could only have been you.
No. His preposterous idea leaves me almost speechless. Just look at the photograph of my friend again. The victim lies almost exactly in the center of the beach hut. Does she not? That's because she got up.
Yeah.
We assume as part of this bar shield scenario that this time was a knife thrower.
Okay, you're literally stupid, but okay. Oh, wait, no. We actually heard the statement from Ray, was her name?
Yeah, we heard it from her. So I don't think
Yeah.
she said anything to anyone else except for us.
Yeah, so, okay, that's understandable. No, of course not.
We're not.
If you recall the testimony from the defendant about events just before the victim's death.
Oh, wait, did she actually say it?
Wait, did she? I thought it was outside of the court. Okay. Oh, she did.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah, she did.
Inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett, but she just sat on the stool in the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me, as if she knew she was untouchable.
Stonewall.
Have another look at the photograph. The slit in the read screen would align perfectly with the back of a person who was sitting on that stool.
My word. So, in fact, the victim was
killed while sitting on that stool by a stab wound to her back delivered through the read screen. Having been attacked, Miss Brett rose to her feet instinctively. But then, unable to speak, she collapsed on the floor in the middle of the hut. Before the defendant, Many Memo. That is not Many Memo.
Oh, Membami. I thought you were talking about Many Memo. It's Membami.
Oh,
her
Membambi.
friend.
Okay. Before the defendant, Membambi, appalled eyes. Membambi-san's appalled eyes. And that, Your Excellency, is the truth of what happened on the beach that day. By your silence, Memo-san, I take it that you don't deny the charge?
This is absurd. That will do. It would appear that we have a tacit admission of guilt from the witness. Accordingly, this court has successfully established the truth of this matter, which means that the defendant, Membami-san, is innocent of the crime.
Oh, thank goodness. I finally made him cave.
Must say, never been more proud. No, it can't be. Daruchi clan can't. What of my growth of hope. It wasn't all. It wasn't all in a
Apparition.
Apparition. I can't accept this. I won't. There's no reason for the continuance of this trial. I'll therefore move to conclude proceedings by delivering my final verdict and.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Of course, we're not going to go down without a fight. Well, this is very convenient. This is how the highest court in our mighty empire delivers justice, is it? Suppressing a well-meaning citizen's freedom to speak and branding them as criminals? I mean, they were doing that with Ray, so...
Yeah, and then also, too, you decided to stay quiet through that whole conversation right there. But we've established that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut. through the reed screen walls.
And no one but you was in place at the time to have a hand on the hilt of the blade. It's a perfectly logical deduction. So your argument hinges on the location of whoever stabbed the instrument, does it? Englishwoman. Well, it's a little irrelevant now.
Irrelevant?
Where she was stabbed, how she was stabbed. It doesn't matter. I mean, where she was stabbed at all makes no difference, if you think about it. After all, this girl's already tradition the whole thing. Holding hinges on something else. it's so sad. He's like, huh?
What? Where? What? What are you talking about?
Brace yourself, little man. I'm talking about the fact that everything's changed. Because of the dirt you dug up.
What?
Enough absurdity. Explain yourself, witness. What's to explain? I'm talking about the poison, of course. Poison? Let's ask the professor for a comment on the situation, shall we? I understand that deadly poison you were developing was stolen from your laboratory, correct? And it's been shown that this poison was administered to the victim, Miss Prep. Is that right? That is correct. The unusual constriction of the victim's pupils are a sure sign that this particular poison was used. I see. So presumably, that means that the victim already had the poison in her body before she was stabbed.
Ah!
Given her pupils were clearly constricted, it seems highly likely, yes. She had been dead already. Poison could not have circulated in her blood.
Yeah, it did say in the autopsy that it wasn't instant death.
Yeah. How refreshing to hear the argument of him. It's probably, yeah. It's probably say that word in freaking school with his voice.
Metropolitan.
Mind. Precisely. The matter's not a job who stabbed whom and whose back, and with whose blade. Because, quite simply, the Englishwoman's life was taken not by the knife, but by the poison.
Objection!
But that can be explained by the poison being on the blade, as I already Ryotaro. It does say in here that that no trace of poison was found on the blade. So unfortunately, that does not hold up. You gotta find another way for the poison to be injected. But that can't be explained already. Explained by the poison being on the blade. I had already.
Forgotten already, have we? During these very proceedings, the laboratory of the professor and your side insisted in proving the blade of the weapon used to strike the victim had no trace of poison on it whatsoever.
Ugh.
So let me get this down. The fact, as skillfully established by the defense in this trial, turned out to be a headline-making red herring. Is that about right?
Well... Ah!
Order. But, where does this leave us? How? In that case, did the poison enter the victim's body? There is an undeniably obvious answer to that. That lady most likely in what? Imbibe?
Imbibed?
Vivid? Oh, whatever.
I've
Vivid.
never heard of it. You mean she drank it?
Have a little look at the photograph there. As you can see,
Oh, right. She was drinking some wine. Or carbonated water.
a bottle of carbonated water and the glass have been knocked onto the sandy floor of the beach hut. More than could have been slipped into either.
You know, that would be poetic. If that really is what happened, which I completely doubt it, that would
Yeah,
be completely poetic.
I doubt it too, but it would have been amazing if that was actually the murder weapon.
But here's the thing.
It's just like,
but
yeah,
here's-
because
But here's the thing. If that was the case, then the only person that could have possibly slipped something in her drink would have been the defendant. So, somebody made Miss Bread drink it?
well, what do you know? Look at these dashing eyes. This will make a great front page shot. Hey, why the bewitching stare? After all, I'm the last person you should be looking at. It would make no sense at all that I poisoned a woman, would it? I mean, that's been established already.
Hold it!
Established? What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. That's a little hard to believe, given that the person who established it is you.
Me? What on earth does she mean?
Ooh, let me crack those white eyes. The prime press father, this is. Receiving that this trial is not destined to end yet, after all. I hereby call upon the witness to give further testimony. That's great, that is. Let me get a shot at that magnificent beer, Your Excellency.
I think there's a problem with this guy, by the way.
Not just Ace Attorney.
True.
You claim it to be impossible that you were the one responsible for administering the poison to the victim. You explain to the court in your testimony the basis upon which you make such a claim. I'm a journo and I'm a man. I've never tried to run or hide from anything in my life. Well, except for now.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to start now, because that's many met with.
For a brief moment, I thought I illuminate the truth, but it slipped right back into obscurity again. Just where is this trial going to take us? That's a good question, and that will be shown after I go to the bathroom. So, anyways, guys, I will be back momentarily. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I return from the unknown worlds. Anyways, complete innocence. Oh, by the way, isn't the 10 back first?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And I forgot my head. I forgot to put my headphones in. Trying to figure out why it's quiet. Okay. Go ahead.
Fine.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I just got a message really quick. So I'm just answering that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good. Sweet innocent. Yes, I stabbed an English woman. And it's that very fact that proves I'm innocent. Because why would I bother to stab the woman if I've already poisoned her? When I heard the student girl and that pompous English were arguing, it got my goat.
Okay. I want to look
Okay.
at something real quick.
Also, I looked at the pen, and apparently it can extract stuff from the point or the nib. Apparently,
Where'd you see that at, or did you actually look it up?
the fountain pen. I literally just looked in the court record.
Let's see. There's a very small liquid inside the reservoir. But where are you seeing that?
Yeah, but it just no. I examined it. That's all. I
Oh.
examined the fountain pen, and then they mentioned that it can extract ink through the nib, so the point of the pen.
Okay.
Should I continue, or are you still looking at something?
Go ahead.
If the courts weren't going to punish Brett for what she did, someone else would have the justice done.
So, you admit it then, that everything that happened as I described, that you're the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back through the read screen.
You've been playing this miserable country of ours. Cortina bows to the pressure of foreign powers and lets murderers walk free. What kind of future can a country like that have? That's why I did it. I did that. I did what our pathetic leaders didn't have the guts to do.
Hold on, I want to look at something real quick. Give me a second. Oh, yes, Okay, so he is basically saying that he stabbed her, which means that he is literally admitting that he killed her.
Well, he's saying he stabbed her, but the thing is, the poison killed her first before the stab.
Okay, I want to look at someone again. Let's see. Okay. Methods cannot be detected under new development chemicals. University would have been consulted. Let's see. Would prove fatal in minutes. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Slap bang in the middle of that charming lady's back. I plunged the blade of sweet justice right in there. As someone who spends his life seeing true just like is told, feel really, really awful about giving this false information in my testimony before. But as it turns out, there was somebody else who had it in for the victim and got her before me. That's right, you guessed it. That pretty little student girl. Now there's a woman after my own heart. Now there's a woman after my own. But okay, cool, whatever.
You're implying Ray again?
She's the one who gave the voice to the English woman, and is her pitiful existence. Suddenly, now, this drawing out here is off the hook. Judgment is sound, certainly. If the witness had administered the poison himself, he would need only have waited for it to take effect. Subsequently, stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical.
Before we continue, I can actually... One, I've got to do something real quick. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just... Where the hell's my bottle opener? I just had the damn thing. Did I put it in my... Excuse you? That was... Okay. Okay, where the hell's my bottle opener? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have lost my mind. Actually, the question being, did I ever had it to begin with?
That's a good question.
Oh. A bottle was, hiding it. Anyways, as I'm, getting my next drink ready, I have a theory. They says, why would he poison her to poison her if he already why would he stab her if he already poisoned her?
Yeah.
Here's a theory. Maybe it's because the poison was quicker than bleeding out. Or
he can frame somebody with the knife.
That too. So why make it look like nothing happened when something really did happen?
Exactly.
So there's many things that could transpire into this. Sorry, give me a minute, guys. I'm still trying to get my drink ready. So, just give me a hair. I like mixing my alcohol drinks. So to try to get this in a good line. How much? Oh wow, I still have that much left. Okay. In that case, well, first off, this got to go. Don't mind me, ladies and gentlemen. Just a crazy man doing his crazy things. And hopefully not making a mess of it. And I'm making a mess of things again. I can't win. Okay, just one more time. Just to get my other cup. Excuse me. Okay. And then just a little bit to pour later in a few minutes. Just wipe up my glass. Excuse me. And for anyone who is wondering, no, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink every day because I only drink on the days that I'm off. Well, let me rephrase that. My normal schedule days off are the days that I really drink. As I said the other day, I'm on a 2-week vacation, but that does not mean I drink for 2 weeks straight. Because to be honest, even if I could, my body won't allow me because I get bored of it. I'm a social drinker. I've gotten used to drinking by myself, but I don't like drinking by myself. I mean, I do it here while I'm streaming, especially during the Ace Attorney games, because, well, it's just it makes the gaming, it makes reading this fun, especially with my loopy state. So yeah. But yeah, I'll probably maybe drink about maybe once more before next week or something. Probably while I'm watching SmackDown on Friday. So yeah, but yeah, I like drinking, but I'm not an alcoholic. Thank Christ. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. Are you freaking allergies?
Thank God my allergies are not like that. My allergies are the worst. My allergies is cat hair. But here's the thing, it's not all cat hair. I could be at a friend's house that has cat hair everywhere. It won't bug me. But as soon as I touch a cat, my allergies flare up. So it's whatever the cat has on their body is what makes my allergies flare. And the worse I get, my eyes bloodshot. And they itch like crazy. That's the worst my allergies get.
And therefore, this reporter had nothing to do with the
Hold
poisoning.
on. Did you read the subsequential stabbing?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna reread
Yeah,
that
I
real
did.
quick. Subsequential stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical. Yeah, I always have it to where if I'm gonna say something, I don't proceed on to the next thing. So sorry for guys if that threw you off. So okay, and nothing to do with poisoning. Yes, it's quite
The
logical.
poisoning, yes, is all quite logical. That's right. It is logical and true. I'm glad you've all seen the light. Justice at last.
This is unbelievable. And after I made so much progress in proving his guilt, is he going to get away with it now? God, if I didn't think that was Sasato, I would literally think that might be a man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Probably.
Think of Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san. They never stop looking for a way forward until the judge's final gavel.
Well then, counsel, proceed with what I assume to be your final cross-examination of this trial.
Yes, Your Excellency. Okay, so it seems like this is gonna be it. This is gonna make or break the case.
Complete innocent.
Okay, so it's the fact that I'm innocent. Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I already poisoned her? I have some answers to that, but okay. When I heard the student girl and that pompous English murder was arguing, it got my goat. If the courts were going to punish Brett for what she did to someone else, I would just say we go to unless you got something, I would say we go back to the beginning and just start pressing.
Hold on, give me a second. I accidentally hit X on the last one.
Oh, hold on. If you did the last one already, and pressed it, let's see what it says.
No, I didn't press. I actually hit X on the last one.
I know what I know what you said, and so just read what if you just push history if you have to, but read what Mikitoba said.
Rhythm had unwillingly taken the poison already. Porter would have had to reason stab her. On the face of it, that logic sounds entirely reasonable.
But there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Brett's murder.
You can think of a plausible explanation as to why he stabbed her, even after poison. I feel sure that everything would drop into place. That's what we should be looking for.
Yes, I agree. And in order to do that, we must try to glean more information. Basically,
so anything want to press at all.
Basically, unless there's something specific, we're just going to need a press. But the ones that really stand out is like 1, 2, and 4 are the ones that really look good, like we should press. In that case, we should just press them all.
Yeah, because most of them sound sus.
Yeah, so, anyways. Oh, yes, I stabbed the English woman. Hold it! Why would you say that? So, you admit that you had a murderous intention for Miss Brett, then?
Huh. Woman's very existence offended my sense of justice.
Your sense of... He's claiming to have some sort of righteous indignation.
He was pure evil, a cold-blooded killer who committed murder right here on our Empire's soil. But that are good for nothing to him into anything. I can. So I had to step in.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. This is the thing. Because she was British, there is nothing we could have done and had to be tried within a international British court, which was, I think they say was China or Spain.
Yeah, Shanghai, China.
So yeah. So unfortunately, there's nothing they could have done because of the whole treaty.
Fly the flag of justice, put things right for the people. Yes, it was my civic duty. That's what you wrote me to do.
So, in summary, murder's intentions then. You could, even if you didn't stab her, you have intentions of doing it, which is still a crime because even if someone didn't get to it, you were planning on doing it anyways.
Whatever you want to call it. The point is this. That English woman was a blight. So I had to do what was right for society. So that was kind of a line there.
Yeah.
A real wrong was done by the student girl in this dock. A crime for which he must pay. Obviously, because the poisoning had nothing to do with me at all.
Okay, well, because I would have bothered. Because why would I have bothered to stab it if I already poisoned her? Hold it. So, you may still maintain you didn't give the poison to the victim?
Obviously. That'd be like putting a belt on your trousers when you were already wearing braces like these.
What? Oh,
Uh,
he's talking about the suspenders he's wearing. Why put a belt on if you already got suspenders?
yeah. The accused administered the poison following which the witness stabbed the victim. Been an unforgivable act currently, but not one of murder. The crime rests on the accused's shoulders. That's how the law works, you see, yokel. Who knows? Oh, oh, oh. Actually, heck. Who knows? You may even learn something here today. Two consecutive attempts on his life in the space of minutes. Quite a day for the victim. True. That if that were true, that stops me.
Yeah, well, I still think that's true, but I think Memento did it all just so he. Because here's the thing, if he were to stab the victim, he could have taken the poison from the pen, which I'm still saying that's where it was, and put it into the wound where the blade is. It would not have caused an extra wound mark. Or at least one they haven't found, if that was the case, if he did stab it somewhere else.
I mean, probably stabbed it with the pen.
Probably stabbed her with a pen, then in the exact same spot, stabbed her with the knife. Just make it look so there's no wounds.
Do find that evil, and you've got it coming. That's how the law works. The law of reckoning.
That's not the kind of law the court upholds.
You will reiterate why you were compelled to stab the victim of that witness.
Okay, you heard the student girl, so hold it! What exactly were they arguing about?
What happened in that restaurant 9 months ago? That's what. The student girl was laying into the Englishwoman for killing her beloved mentor, Dr. Wilson. Yes, Dr. John H. Wilson, professor of medicine. Invited here from England by Professor Migatoba, no less. Right, but the Englishwoman just appeared. Her case was to be heard by the British consular court in Shanghai, however. There is little doubt that she would simply have been acquitted and sent back to her homeland free woman.
I see that, to be honest with you, how these games work.
It was eating that student girl up inside. You could see it. I really felt it. Really felt for her. I mean, as much as I think she hated what Brett did, I don't think she planned on killing her.
Exactly. I can't. I can't stand here and listen to this tripe. Ray. Sorry. Ray.
Young girl, you stand accused here. You can't just blurt out whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, we have so many that done so in the past.
No, you can't. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of something very important testimony here. Keep quiet and listen.
But this man is making fun of making all this up. Susato, please. Who's Susato? I would like to know who this Susato person is. Susato, please. You have to make him listen.
Return to the dock at once, Minbami. We're in the middle of cross-examination.
Hold it!
Your Excellency, please, I implore you. The journalist is clearly not a trustworthy witness. Exactly. He's a filthy, rotten, black-hearted begot. Did I say that right? Begot?
I don't know. Begoated?
It's begot.
Got it? Whatever.
Begotted. Begotted, dirty, great peeping Tom.
Whoa, take it easy there.
Please, I really think the court should hear what the defendant has to say.
Your Excellency, I see no need whatsoever to entertain the accused's remark. I'll grant the request of the defense.
Ha! The judge
But, Your Excellency,
But the
this is likely to be the final cross-examination of these proceedings.
the judge actually has sense. He actually has a brain.
As such, I believe it will be ill-advised to stifle the defendant's obvious concern. So, whilst recognizing that this contravenes regular protocol, I hereby call upon the defendant to speak.
Oh? Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
I don't know why I half expected her to accidentally hit her head on the thing.
I know, right? It has nothing to do with Mr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison.
Okay, so that means this is probably... we press this one then?
Did we press the other three first?
Yeah, we did. This is you
Okay.
pressed the one where he says that he heard the student room, and that we pressed that one, and that's what got us Minbami to, you know,
Okay.
come to the witness stand. So
Then,
press
yeah.
see what he says.
Press. Speak your truth.
Hold it!
The stolen poison. The victim killed the victim. You mean? I suspect her of being the one to steal it. I mean, just think about how she killed Dr. Wilson.
True. Additionally, Ms. Brick certainly had knowledge of the new poison. But surely, it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret weapon being developed for the government. Indeed, all visits to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a few minutes to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very.
That's true. I pestered Professor Mikatoba until he agreed to show me the poison when I visited his laboratory. But as I left, I was searched from top to tail.
This rather bluntly revealed the existence of the toxins we've been developing. Since the Sekishan expressed such an interest in it, I felt unable to refuse. Obviously, I gave nothing away, given the fact that it was an extremely potent substance.
I am very ashamed of myself. It's just that I had a singularly terrible experience with a deadly poison. What? Okay, what was it of the first trial that's pointing to this, or the other trial that we don't know about? Seriously, what happened? What was the other a trial that Soseki-san was that had to be with poison? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was nothing to do with poison in the trial that we dealt with, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I think I know what he's talking about, but, you know, I'm not going to say anything.
well, you've played the game before. I haven't. I wanted to look my old enemy in the eye! Surely you can understand that! To find out my suspicions were true, I confronted Miss Brett about the poison. I told her that if there were to be an incident involving it somehow, it wouldn't just be the university. Military would be dragged into it, the whole government even. It would have been a complete disaster.
And how did Mr. respond to your concerns?
She just curled those beautiful, curled those beautiful lips of hers and said she didn't know the first thing about it. In English, actually.
Ah, yeah. Anyways, one small question if you don't mind. Do you mind? Can you stay on busy?
You can go and tell yourself, you can go fuck off because whatever the fuck you're writing, there's nothing is nothing important than what we have to talk to you about. So go fuck yourself.
Clearly, you were outside the beat, not listening in, whilst the defendant and Miss Brett were conversing. Presumably then, it was you who wrote this article. What about what you heard? Exclusive deadly poison stolen from Humane Medical Research Laboratory. The story was published in this morning's edition of W News. The details are too accurate for it to have been written by anyone else. Sorry, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure you don't. Why are you sweating bullets then? Yes, look at this. The entire article. It's almost as what I said to Miss Fred, word for word. Well, Memento-san.
As you know, and as a citizen of a free country, I don't have to reveal my sources as a founding principle of many memoirs.
Father is clearly right about this. That reporter did write that article, and he based it on what he overheard from outside the hut. Okay, an eavesdropping investigation. Oh, so that's what all is about. You were trying to cover up the fact that you were listening in. That's why you came up with the stinging story about me arguing with her.
Shut up. My stories never stink.
You want to bet?
Look, whatever you say, little girl, it doesn't alter the fact. Seriously, there's something I want to say. I wanted to go on record.
And lie more? Okay, sure.
You may amend your formal testimony. He's freaking. Point is, if you poison someone, there'd be no reason to then go and stab the person as well.
Hold it!
Hold it!
Actually, I think that was a new one that we didn't get the other one. Oh well. So, hold it! Perhaps you doubt the efficiency of the poison and sought to make sure you... That's right, Miss McDragon. Objection! Welcome in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope work's going good for you today. I'm in a drunken fever. Cheers! Perhaps you doubt the efficiency of the poison and sought to make sure your victim would die.
Torch done.
What?
That would be like pouring pepper on your Chinese ramen. Okay. Pouring pepper on your Chinese ramen before you even taste it. Completely reckless.
The connection is spotty. Oh, all right. Well, if you can hear me and you say you're still watch, but not really able to talk, that's fine. But hey, good to see you. I'll try to hit you up sometime this afternoon. But it's good to see you. Yeah, I have a friend here that he does with harvests and whatnot. So he's in the slow season, so he's just sitting around and he's like in like wherever he's at is like surrounded like by concrete or something like that. So his connection is for his phone is absolute horse cockle. Anyways, huh?
No, I just said horse dung.
Yeah.
The connection will be absolute horse dung.
Well, let me. Okay. Although it might surprise you to learn that I've been in impetuous pepper horror as it happens. Okay.
Sure, whatever that means. Once the victim has taken the poison, she would have been only minutes away from death. And yet, this man has proceeded to stab her in the back as well. There's gotta be a good reason for that. Just to throw off that she was actually poisoned? I don't know.
Did we read this part?
Which one?
The last part. The where we could tell the. Well, anyway, I'll just read it. It was the reporter who gave the poison to Express. He must have done it prior to he entering the hut.
Yes. Yes, right. Yes, that's undeniable.
But between him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, there's one very quick change in the situation.
Sorry? What changed? What changed?
The reporter overheard the conversation between Ray and English.
Ah, yes, that's it. That's when Minamoto-san first found out the exact nature of the poison he used. That could be the key here. Okay, yeah, this one
we read this part. So it has to do with the fact that he overheard. That means it probably has something to do with the updated information about the poison. Maybe?
Let's see.
Yeah, because many Mimosan based it on information he gleaned by eavesdropping.
Well, first off, before I decide to go
what
screw
did they-
something up,
They
okay.
I think I got it.
What did you do?
I did because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her? And then I used the poison article.
Because second statement.
Where it says because why would I bother
Okay.
to stab the woman?
And then you
And then I
presented the.
poison article.
Well, that is definitely it because no music, so.
I don't
Well,
know. Last time that happened, it wasn't with that one case in the first game, but I don't know. It was the first case, so
yeah.
it probably is.
Well, I can think of one reason.
What?
But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for me, something for the court. Did you glean all the information from this newspaper article from what you overheard outside the hut? Of course he did. There'd be no question of that. After all, when we were all in the laboratory together, we were told that it was a very terrible toxin. Okay, we were asking him, not you, Soseki-san, but okay. And there's one more important fact to consider. According to the witness, Mababi-san's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. In other words, it would have been impossible for her to have slipped the poison in Miss Brett's drink.
True. Because she would have, yeah. Because if they were talking right when they got in the hut, how could she have poisoned her?
Exactly.
Where are you going? Where are you going with this, counsel?
Memimento-san has made it quite clear he observed every single thing that happened in that beach hut. If that defendant had somehow found the opportunity, this man would have seen it.
Which means that Miss Brett couldn't have been imbibed, whatever.
Embedded.
Couldn't have
Embedded.
I mean, they're like.
Be right back.
What's up?
My mom is calling me, so give me a second.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom then.
So.
We'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Is Nintendo back?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, go ahead.
Which means that, yeah, poison while the defendant was present. In fact, it must have been administered there before the bomb entered the light. Yes, very hard. Articulate. Yeah. can't freaking
Articulate.
speak with this word.
Articulate.
Articulately. But
When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about the poison. At which point, Memimento-san overheard some worrying information.
Worrying information? What worrying information?
Have you not been listening to what we've been talking about? The information which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely, the poison was being developed in a strict security. Okay. And it couldn't scrutiny, and that it couldn't be readily obtained.
absolutely. In fact, that's quite an understatement. The only possible place it could come from is my lab.
And furthermore, anyone afflicted by this poison would exhibit telltale signs of death. The extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, it's quite stark when you see it. And there are other poisons that show similar symptoms, not among the new substance that are undetectable. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys, give me a second. Okay. In other words, it would be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison, which would reduce the number of suspects to only a handful of people.
Huh. Everyone in my laboratory is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing. None of them would be fools enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious deed. And Bamisan being no exception.
Therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a layperson, unaware of its telltale properties. In other words, someone like you, Renatin Memento.
Yeah.
It was you who stole the poison from the laboratory that day, and it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that it was a terrible mistake, because the poison caused such unusual symptoms was so traceable. As you listened from the far side of the bench hut's thin walls, you learned of those facts. But you already given the victim the poison at that point. It was too late. So you hatched a plan to disguise your mistake. Oh, excuse me, hold on. Hey, sorry about that, guys. A plan that involves stabbing the victim in the back through the read screen.
Objection!
But what good could that possibly do?
Isn't it obvious, Console? The plan was to kill Miss Brett before the poison took effect.
Once in a blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil conversion. But he had hoped to English, please. I know the word, but it wasn't coming out.
Precipitate?
Yeah, participate.
Precipit. Oh
Whatever.
my god, no, I can't say it. Okay, hold on.
Precipitate.
Precipitate.
I knew the word, but it wouldn't come out.
I know, right?
Participate the victim's death where that happened had
Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison use, no one would ever have suspected.
this is extraordinary.
Yes, the effect of the poison meant it would be easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use. Which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back.
Order, order, order. The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied that it warrants consideration. The prosecution have a counterpoint for which it can put forward.
Well, there are a number of, yes, I encounter completely.
Which means he doesn't have a counter argument for it. The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much of the same way as his nurturance, the remnants of his top knot, he's clinging to lost hope. Don't ask me where that came from.
Lost hope?
What do you want now, dick shit? I knew it was him. Hello.
Pathetic useless fallen samurai. Fallen? Who are you calling fallen? Okay, cool, thanks.
What is that? Burgeoning?
Burgenings? I don't know.
Burgeoning? I'm gonna say burgeoning, I don't know. Burgeoning growth is on the rise.
I don't need a counter argument.
What? What are you talking about?
It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say. Gave it to the victim, you say. Stabbed her, you say. Lots of fine theories. But I don't need a counter argument because you don't have an argument about. You have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence?
Your pen.
Yes, you make it all sound so plausible. Don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing. Whereas I base my news on fact.
Where's your evidence that you did it?
What do you mean? Explain yourself. I mean, what the professor said earlier in the trial. It's all here in my many memos. Every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted. That's what the Show You News is famous for. It's the power of the printed word.
Flashback, right? Yeah. I don't remember. Oh no.
Just read it.
Truly, it would be no use to steal a highly secret toxin being developed by the government. Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Oh. Oh, yeah, this was. Oh, wait, we did read this already.
Was that in this stream we read it?
Yes, it was.
Okay, then. I'm not going to worry about that.
How was that then? Blown the story wide open. See, I, Raisen Menimao, a mere reporter from the show you knew, could possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory.
Ah! Okay, yeah, but you could have had someone do it, and they could have slipped it to you. But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case... Oh! I know how he did it. Okay. This is just a complete crack-clock theory. However you want to put it. What he did was... Well, let me pull up the court record. And let me get everything situated so I can explain this properly. Yep, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He has, as you can see, RM, Remimento, is on this pen. And to prove the fact, it's this symbol right here that's on his armband. We pointed all this out 2 streams ago, I think.
Probably, yeah.
And there it ooh, sorry, give me a second. Oh, okay. And what he could have done is that, as Nintendo said, and as I looked up earlier, these old pens, some odd reason, this top does not come off. The top of the pen does not come off. So to refill the pen, you have to refill it right here from the tip. And I'll show it here in a second. But this shows that there was some kind of unidentified liquid. So which means he did something, he went and sucked something up to this container to use later for the poison. So he could use this pen to transfer the liquid, and no one would be the wiser. And it shows right here. Let's see. Now where did you? Let's see. The very small amount of liquid. Okay, right here. So this is all we need, because then we can get this tested. There is a small amount of liquid still inside the ink reservoir. So all we need to do is just test that liquid with the chemical reagent to see if there's poison in it. If there is, then that's how he slipped it out. As you have identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is the true culprit here.
What's your point? You annoyingly, annoyingly handsome country bum.
Okay. I'm sorry. Give me a second, guys. That is so disturbing, especially we know that it is a female. That's Ryotaro.
I mean, literally the only people who know are obviously Sasata herself, her father, and Ray. Those are the only people that know.
In the game. Outside the game,
yes.
Okay, come on. There we go. My point is this. There is one way that you, Mimimeto-san, could have stolen the poison that day.
I have heard enough verbal conjecture. Now, think. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poison on the day in question?
Okay, just be sure I don't get screwed over. but I say the fountain pen. Take that! Hey, I was right. Woo! I just made the whole argument about that just a few minutes ago. The proof, Your Excellency, is this fountain pen.
Fountain pen? How can that possibly be relevant?
These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousand kanji characters.
Kanji, yeah. Live kanji.
I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now.
Bah, I swear by a weasel hair, calligraphy brush, and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely a fad.
Sure.
Is he one of those people that thinks, oh, the new stuff is nothing more than just useless, and the old stuff is the better thing to do?
I see it. Hold on, I gotta do one thing real quick, guys. Move that to grab this. I am drinking plain water, and I don't like water, and I just dropped my phone. Okay. Got my seat wet again. But this time it was just water. Anyways. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously, I love my fountain pen. Stuck up and... what? Supukon?
Stuck up a Supcon?
Supcon? Okay. Never seen that word in my whole entire life, like many of these words. Hold on for a minute. I suck up my Supcon of what? Sumptuous?
Sumptuous?
Okay. I probably have heard the word, but that's the thing. Seeing the word and hearing the word is very different. Sumptuous. Okay. Ink. No one's work is awash with words in the blink of an eye. That's right. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, which has changed a lot over the years. Into which the ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with later.
What is all this talking of sucking up ink?
I think he understands our point.
By Jove, I think he's got it.
He's not as stupid as he looks. That's saying something. And just as it's possible to suck up ink into the reservoir, It's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course.
My word. Can this really be?
Well, Mimimeto-san, when you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen reservoir.
Yeah.
Objection!
More absurdity. That never happened. Oh, really? No.
Why do you say that, huh, Atsuchi? True. We've heard that there were prosecutors and procedures in place to prevent thefts like this from the laboratory. That's from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places?
No. I'm a little ashamed to say.
No one would ever think of looking into a fountain pen. Even in today. No one would, if there was fountain pens like this today, I don't know if there is or not, but regardless, who would ever think of searching a fountain pen of all things? Seriously.
For fear of offending us, yeah. Such detailed search would not been conducted. Well, this is quite startling. I must say.
Oh, sorry. I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene of the crime by Mimimeto-san. So the crucial question is, when exactly was this pen dropped?
Are you suggesting?
The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act Willis, the victim, was distracted for a moment. You dropped the pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. I was thinking that he plunged it into her, emptied the reservoir, and then used the knife to cover up the stab.
Yeah, but where would he empty the reservoir from?
Into
Because if he didn't use all the poison, then where do you empty it?
into her bloodstream.
Well, what if not all the poison was used from the pen?
I don't know.
Because there was still some left. Remember?
Oh yeah,
In the thing.
it literally says it right here in the description. A fountain pen bearing the initials RM and the emblem of some description. There's a very small amount of liquid still inside the ink reservoir. Ow. I actually hurt myself doing that. Okay. You dropped the pen after you emptied the poison into her glass. So which means that he was actually in there before everyone else.
There could be any number of alternative explanations. For example, the Wiz could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outraged answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand.
If that was the case, then wouldn't that be found outside the tent and not into the hand of the victim? No, that can't No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink.
What?
As you can see for yourself, if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. What newspaper reporter goes to interview someone with nothing in his pen?
True.
No.
Why would a reporter go without having ink in his pen?
Unless he has a spare backup pen, and any good news reporter would always have a backup on a backup with something like that.
Yeah, but this is his main pen, the one he always uses. His lifeblood, he says.
Yeah. No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass.
Eh. Witness, what do you have to say in your defense? Ah! This is how your modern justice system works, is it? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps? Dang.
God, how many
Are you
does he
Wolverine?
have?
I can always claw my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve.
Oh, jeez!
Jeez,
Where'd it all go?
you claim I sucked the poison up into my pen? That's wild speculation, nothing more. If you thought you would bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again. Looks like as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter. As I see it, the situation is now very simple. It rests upon whether or not this victim did indeed steal the poison the day in question. Therefore, it all depends on whether or not the defense can prove that he did with evidence. Ha! No such evidence could possibly exist.
Objection!
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, really? Do you want to bet? Memimento-san. This is how our modern judicial system works.
What?
In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you would do well to remember. Because we are well past the point of speculation at this stage, I assure you.
Very well then. I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence.
This is it then. This will be the final piece of the puzzle. The defense can be proved by the means of this item that it was this witness's pen that was used to steal the poison. First thing first, I'm pretty sure I know what it is, although the way I originally was thinking it with my brain as it is, I was thinking that it would be the
what do you
fountain
think?
pen, but that is actually not the correct one. The correct thing is actually the chemical reagent, because as you can see from the fountain pen, there is a small liquid inside the ink reservoir. So if we take the ink, the thing that's in the ink reservoir, with the chemical reagent, this will prove whether what's left in the reservoir is the poison or a fabrication.
Yeah, because it'll react to it. So
See?
it is the
See, I'm not as stupid as I look. I do look pretty stupid at times. I trust me, I do know that.
council. What is that bottle?
This bottle contains a unique chemical reagent that identifies the poison in question.
Yes, that poison is entirely a new synthesis. All alkaloids
Alkaloids.
Developed by my colleagues and I. It will be impossible to detect traces of it by any other means.
Methods.
And whatever.
Or, from another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anybody at all could check for traces of the poison.
A reagent? What?
Come on, if you were thinking of... Do you really think that they would really create a poison that could be used against someone without a way to
Trace it back?
trace it? You're stupider than you look. And I look stupid enough. One drop of this of the contents of this bottle on the tip of your fountain pen or the reservoir, Memimeto-san, is all it will take to solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt.
No, you can't. I won't.
He's going to destroy evidence, isn't he? Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat. Your Excellency, the defense requests permission to carry out the test of this fountain pen at once.
Oh,
Here we go! Breakdown!
This isn't my fault. The Empire drove me to do this. Trying to hold it as high civilization with it. I'm not gonna try and bother.
We'll read that here in a minute.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Susato, with me! I'm here! Double toss! Okay, seems like they took the same master. Okay, hold on. Before we do that, all the way back.
Okay, that's a lot of text, but hey, who cares?
Hey, I would say he is bad as oh, what's her name?
He's not as bad as friggin' Old Bag from friggin' Ace Attorney
yeah.
1.
Well, at least because Ace Attorney 1 and 2, we don't have a backlog like this, so.
Yeah, so it was a pain. So it's like at that point when we get to Ace Attorney 1, when that happens, we might as well just not even read that part because like we can't go back.
No. This is how I would do it. If I was Old Bag, no, I'm not even gonna try to do that, but okay. But all I do is that I would start reading it, and then I go, bitch, bitch, nag, nag, bitch, bitch, nag, 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 nag.
Anyway, I'm just gonna read all this again. This is
Go
my
ahead.
fault. The Empire told me to do this. Trying to hold its head high as a civilized nation, but bowing its head to every foreign power's whim. I took up arms in the form of the mighty pen. I fought tirelessly on the battlefield of news, all in the name of justice and righteousness. Yes, many-memoism is the paragon of justice. Many, oh my gosh. Many memo. Okay. That was a lot of many.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the hiya!
Susato!
When he got launched.
Susato, with me! I'm there! Sorry, I'm there! Yeah!
And then freaking got him.
Excuse me. Did I do it right? Was that the Susato takedown, wasn't it? I call it the Ultra takedown. Susato takedown. Not quite. That was the Ryotaro takedown.
I mean, you can still kind of say Susato takedown. You can just say you learned it from her.
I know, right? The instant the first drop of the reagent touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present
that it had poison.
Yep.
Who would have thought? When I saw it was there in the lab, the poison. I just got hold of me and I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself and peed all the ink down the sink in the bathroom. watching the reservoir out carefully, but didn't get everything out.
Nope. Oh, who the hell's texting me? What the hell? Let's see, upcoming. Okay, give me a second, guys. It's something from work I gotta look at real quick. Just be sure that my vacation's not getting screwed up. Where's my text messages? I learned it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's me. Okay. I'm always having to be sure that because as I said, I got 2 weeks of vacation off. This is actually my third day of 18 days. No, 16 days. So I just want to be sure that I'm not getting screwed over my vacation, especially with it coming to next week, next Thursday. If I swear to God, if they fuck up fuck it up to where I don't have next Thursday off, I will be in fucking rage. Because I originally took my vacation off, so I would have next Thursday off. Because I am...
Game Awards.
Yeah, I am streaming the Game Awards. Now, normally I would not care, but this is the Game Awards, for fuck's sake. So I want to have my reaction for that when it comes up. Anyways. And then, when you waited for the opportunity, you suck up some of that poison, didn't you? Into your fountain pen.
Yes, that's right. That should be one thing, but Ron, why did you steal it? For what purpose? It was obvious to find out what it was made of. Expose it in an article. It was a secret project after all. Too juicy for a journal like me to mess up. And why did the English woman end up dead?
She found out that he took it, confronted him. He wanted revenge because she was free and a murderer, and decided to put justice into her own hand.
I went into the hut intending to quiz her on her situation, that's all. Reported. A known killer, going full freedom, obeying justice by leaving the country. Sort of what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, was this a Far Eastern cave? Okay. Oh, was this a Far Eastern caveman for reporting to practice journalism? Really, you must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways. You plebeian. Dang.
Yeah, it sounds like her, by the way.
What did you call me? This country, with all its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, it's really depressing. You see, our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Out of here, you oaf. Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from.
Yeah, I don't blame it at that point.
After deadly poison, I have to have my pen at a time. The terrible tale. My head, I knew I should get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. Couldn't let her get away with that. What she's done, and when she clearly had no remorse at all. Suppose it's my journal spirit, getting all fired up.
He didn't like being put down like the way he did. I'd like to ask you something.
Yes.
You often talk about justice, but surely, as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver the justice you sought.
There's no justice in the press.
Unfortunately, that is so true. They can only, without evidence of some sort, there's no way anyone would do something unless they could provide their sources and the truth behind it. So I understand that. I back in I think it was my senior year of high school. It was either my senior year or junior. I don't remember. I actually did 1 year of writing for the school paper back in school. It was actually only the first time I actually got straight A's in my school year. Sorry.
After the trial 9 months ago, kept digging and digging to find out what had happened in the courtroom. Finally, discovered the truth. It was a cover-up. That's what it was.
Wait, what the hell is he talking about? We found out what she did and how she did it. Or is there more to it that we're not aware of?
What about how he was planning to kill Wilson?
Yeah, because so we found out that.
But remember during the last case in the first game, in the previous game, the Morse code thing that displayed Japanese names, and one of them was Wilson, and also Kazuma, and both of them are dead.
Oh yeah, you're right. So that's what he means by cover up, because they were planned on to die, but who wrote it? Who knows? A cover up.
There has to be some. There has to be some importance to their names being in Japanese Morse code.
Yeah. A cover up? What do you mean?
We'll not find out in this case, I guess. Who would have thought?
I know, right?
I would remind you of your position, witness. Be careful what you say. Oh, come on. Does this strike you as strange? We're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national? Consular jurisdiction should never have come into it.
I agree with him actually on that. Why? Because literally, if you're committed a crime on soil like Japan, you should be tried in Japan, not somewhere else.
And yet that puffed up English woman was going to sail away into the sunset a free woman. The only possible explanation of that behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between Britain and Japan.
What sort of deal?
I've done my research, dug up all the dirt. It was all ready to be published. But you know what happened? The editor just tore the article up.
Of course he did.
Came under pressure from the government, you mean? If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're going to crush the free press, then what choice do I have to see that justice is done myself?
Unfortunately, I do agree with him on that point. What's the point of the judicial system if they're going to just cover it up? Why not take it into your own hands? Though I already know that answer, so because then we'll be tried for murder, even though we know what we're doing is just. Trust me, I do know. Let's not forget, Mimimeto-san, that you committed murder yourself, and you try to lay the blame on the defendant's store. That I will not take. There is no reason why to pit it against someone else when you did it, when you're the one that did it because of it. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Jezebel Barrett.
What?
The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all.
I suppose. It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial at last. Counsel for the defense, Ryutaro Naruhodo.
Oh. Yes. Sorry, Your Excellency. Just musing in a manly way. Really?
A manly way.
Can you be any more obvious that you're a female?
It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits.
Oh, Naruhodo. Oh, Ryunosuke, you mean?
The way he handled the trial 9 months ago, and the way you handled this one, gives me hope that we're genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land.
That's very flattering, Your Excellency. I have one thing. I'm not a Naruhodo. I'm a Mikotoba. I am Sasato Mikotoba at your service. I know she's not going to do that.
Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporary. Contemporary. Okay.
Thank you.
So, Prosecutor Aoki, do you have any final thoughts?
What the fuck is that? Are you planning on beheading yourself with that thing? Go ahead. Prosecutor Ayuchi.
I, Taketsuchi of the Aoki clan, have been pestered by a Kallo?
Kalo.
Kallo used not once, but twice. If there was any shred of my former self left, just withered and died here today.
Wow, you're more of a wuss than your predecessor, your descendant. Your descendant at least still trying to keep a deg of decency. Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Silence. Rather than living on in shame.
No, don't!
I'll end it all out with this blade.
He's doing seppuku, or whatever it's called.
The true path of Aokiism.
Aochiism?
One hopes that's the only way in which he'll be modeling himself after the wood. Break off my top knot. The time is right for a farewell. Hope is lost forever. Taketsuchi.
What's he doing?
He's getting rid of this thing.
Really?
And it is... Oh. It is... gone.
I actually never thought I never thought I would see that.
A moment of silence. Everyone's just doing a moment of silence. I love this part so much. Rest in peace, his top knot. That's pretty much what they're all doing. It's amazing.
I love this game. It's amazing. I
I
this
love the
game's
series itself.
Yeah, I love the comedic stuff in this game. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Now, in regards to the defendant Raymond Bombay-san,
Yes, Your Excellency.
I've reached my final verdict. Hereby find you
Not
guilty.
guilty.
Let's go!
Woohoo! Pedals in the courtroom.
Pedals and friggin' Ouchie's freaking dead.
I like the confetti in the courtroom, by the way.
And a fireworks.
Yeah.
Court is adjourned. Bam.
All right, and we're reaching the 3-hour mark. So you know, I'm actually normally I would say we could go for like about another couple hours, but we'll still probably have like about another 10-15 minutes of this. So, but yeah, we will end it off after this. I was not actually expecting to have finished this today. Not the way that the previous first trial did.
Yeah, I mean, that one was longer.
Tell me about it.
13th August, 2:38 p.m. Dang.
Oh wow.
Court of Justification Defendant Antechamber 3.
So let's see. That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 5 hours and 38 minutes. Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
It's over. My heart's still pounding in my chest, though. All I can do is just stay standing. It's all I can do is just stay standing. I don't know what costume you have, but my costume.
I have the default one.
I don't. I have the other one. I
Oh,
have
the
to.
bridge, like the bridge one.
I have to look.
He has his like default one.
I'm still going to look.
Don't forget to save.
I already did.
Okay.
Nope.
I might switch the outfits for a second case for me.
Oh, I'm going. Oh,
I've
I'm
really
going
used
to.
them.
Oh yeah, it is just his default one. He looks better in the alternate one. I think it looks better. Granted,
I feel like it also fits. I think it also fits too, considering where he is at the moment.
So I'm just gonna leave it.
Because he's in
I'm just gonna
Britain.
leave it like this for this one. But at least in the second case, I'm going to put both all alternate outfits on, at least for the second case.
I feel like my headcanon for that would be that freaking Iris and Jones gave him a new outfit to fit since he's now in Britain.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon for this now.
Yeah. the lawyers have such great responsibility, such great burdens to bear. Don't they, Narahoda-san?
That's probably right.
Sasato! Thank you so much. You were so dashing out there. Ray, and Father. Honestly, I'm so touched by everything you've... Oh no, I think I'm going to cry. It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the very edge of tears at the end too. The only reason I'm still here is because of you. Oh no, I can't take all the credit. It took courage to tell the truth in there. You did wonderfully, Ray, so I would have to say that congratulations belongs to you. Sasato, don't be so standoffish. Sorry? We're friends, equals, and the trial is over, so no more formal super humility nonsense. It's time to celebrate with swagger, to throw throw caution to the wind. Caution to the what? I'm the great defense lawyer, Ryotaro Naruhodo, and I'm taking you out to a milk bar. Are you really thinking that she's asking you out, Ray? Do you have a crush on your friend, by the way?
I don't know, when Susato looks like that, probably.
Or something? Right, I see. I'll think about it, Ray. At any rate, we really knocked the wind out of their horrid man, and it felt so good. Yes, I was satisfied. It was satisfying. It really was. There wasn't anybody who could throw it. Wait. Isn't there anybody else we could throw together? Okay.
Hope you're not looking at me, Ray.
Oh my goodness. No, of course not. Of course not! Which means exactly that she was. Ah, there it is at last. Ray's lovely smile.
You fought for your friend to the very last. And your father, we're extremely proud of you. Defense attorney, Ryotaro Naruhodo.
Thank you, but I couldn't have done it without your help. Anyways, it's time to bid farewell to Ryotaro, I think. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Susato Mikotoba now. So, I'll never see him again then. What a terrible... Seriously! I think she literally has fallen for Ryotaro. God. What a terrible shame. Who the fuck?
That's probably Soseki.
Who is Soseki? Oh, me. What?
He's he's like the only one that's in this trial, that's in this case that would shout like that.
Yeah. What is happening? Oh, Soseki-san, Inspector Otsunaga. I do hope you've been keeping well. Is that really you? Yes, I had to change my appearance for, well, obvious reasons, I hope. But it's me, Susaku Mikotoba. I
He's losing it.
don't... Oh, God.
Then you're both friggin' Soseki's losing it, and Hosanaga's also losing it, but also losing blood at the same time.
So dashing, so divine. No. Doubly dashing,
Doubly-
and yes, and
Devilishly,
devilishly divine. Just look at you.
devilishly defined. I don't know how that works, but sure, whatever.
As it is, I had no idea, Mr. Sato-san, Esquire, that you were
Esquiress.
the Esquirist, that you were locum student Naruhodo-san, Esquire.
No.
Are you serious? Are you really?
Yo. Look.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay. Please tell me that our good inspector friend here is not as stupid as Soseki here. Otherwise, I'm going to have a fucking headache more than I already am, on top of a partial hangover I'm gaining already, because I didn't take any medicine to do it, so I'm not falling asleep here. Locum student Naruhodo-san, Esquire's cousin. Astonishing Ace Attorney.
Yo, he said the name of the series.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mic drop. Roll credits. Poor Soseki-san, so confused.
As always.
I still remember the first time I met him. He was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum it was that the unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in. But after Naruhodo-san skillfully defends at the Old Bailey, Soseki-san was free to return to Japan. And now he seems to have earned himself great fame as an author. I'm stunned. That's a truly impressive disguise. Even I had no idea. I am the chief inspector at the police bureau, who came up with Mr. Turtle, no less. You talking about the thing on your head?
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like the turtle on your head, honestly.
Yeah, so do I, actually. It looks good.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure you should be admitting to that, Spectre.
Amazing. You're a woman of many faces, I see. Just two, really. And this was a once-in-a-lifetime event, I hope. Oh, I'm not a patch on you, though, Inspector. Well, I am a professional, of course. I do worry about Inspector Osunaga sometimes. I really do. You're not the only one, Sasato. 9 months ago, he appeared here at the Supreme Court to testify. He was undercover, disguised as a head waiter of the restaurant. Oh, do you have to show that one of all ones?
Well, when his face is beaten up?
Yes. And then, on the steamship to Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe on the journey. Technically, it was to keep us Sogi safe, technically.
And that didn't end well.
No. Though you didn't help, though...
Oh.
Though that
So that
didn't
didn't
help you, did it, Kazuma-san? From my perspective, I have to admit that I have mixed feelings about all this. Are you saying you have you're gay? I mean, the truth now has been lost forever. What do you mean? I'm talking about the murder of the English woman committed at the end of last year. Ah, yes. It was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it.
Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah. The man I invited to Japan personally.
The mystery is, why did she kill him? And now that the culprit herself is dead, we'll probably never know the answer, which we will know the answer by the end of this game, I guarantee it. On the voyage to Great Britain, we had a most unexpected encounter with Mr. Herlock Sholmes, the great detective, I mean. Yes, I remember Mr. Sholmes as well, of course. Ah, my arch nemesis. How lightly you utter his name.
I don't know. Sometimes I think Sholmes is just here because he's Sholmes.
Exactly.
Like, I know he's not in Japan, but I wouldn't doubt it if he was.
Tell me about it. For some reason, I was expecting him in this whole trial just to show up out of nowhere for some fucked up reason. Well, according to the stories published about him in The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, authored by,
Iris
Wilson. The detective once had a partner who helped him solve crimes, a best friend. And that man was an exponential doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson. What? Dr. Wilson? No, sorry. What? Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe it's a coincidence. In this game, nothing's a coincidence. I think that the English doctor of medicine killed here in Japan 9 months ago must have been the friend and partner of Mr. Sholmes. And if that's really true, then the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again. That hurts, by the way.
As you know, I traveled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around the time you were born.
Yes, grandmother told me about it.
On returning to Japan, I took up my professorship at the Imperial Yuma University. But I also serve another role as an advisor to the government on diplomatic affairs.
Yes, I was aware of that as well. We weren't.
In that case, I'm sure you understand, there are some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you.
Of course not. Could you just tell me one thing? Why did you summon me back to Japan? Wait, are you saying he wasn't sick? Okay. Okay. It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because an urgent telegram arrived from Japan. Said that you collapsed with high fever and you were growing weaker by the day. What? Where did that news come from? That's what I would like to know, because after that long sea voyage, I find you in fine health, Father. Was there something in Great Britain that you perceive might inconvenience me in some way? Or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of.
Forgive me. You reserve your most cutting glares for your father, Susato?
Well, when you
I can't. Let me go!
Okay, as I was saying, if it was to save your daughter, you should be able to explain why, Professor. Memento-san. So one throw wasn't enough for you?
I've got one last thing to say before they take me away, Professor. Me? I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. In that visiting student's fate.
Visiting student? Jezebel Brett, you mean?
No, not her. The student of law, who left for Great Britain 8 months ago.
What? Student of law? He must mean Kazuma-sama? Is this going to go back to why that telegram was in Japanese? Huh. What? What are you talking about? What does this have to do with Kazuma-sama?
Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it into England, that he died on that steamship, that he'll never...
What the hell?
What
the fuck? Judge! Don't you dare!
Well, I didn't expect to find him in here. What were you officers playing at? Terribly sorry, Your Excellency. I was going to tell you that the rickshaws arrived, Fusion. Yeah, it's a good job I came. It's a good job I came by. Yeah, thank you for dealing with them. And I'll be there soon.
Oh, Your Excellency.
The trial's over. I'm not your excellency anymore. I'm really your father's friend. Seishiro Jigoku,
Wait, the judge actually has a name?
And may I say that since I saw you last, he's taken on a more dashing appearance. Sato.
Wait, he knew this whole time? Of course he did. Did you know all along from the start of the trial?
Just he's everything, Sato. I'm gonna let you take the risk. You see that if Seishiro here had known, then he'd recognize you. So I had a word in his ear beforehand as an old friend.
Of course he did.
So, Seishiro, shall we? Yeah. I ruled on that case. We now have various diplomatic issues to address.
Before you go, Father.
Sorry, my dear. We shall have to return to our earlier conversation on the stage. But, well done again. Both of you. You did admirably.
Of course. Trying to cover something up. As always. Oh, thank you very much.
I thought it'd change his name since he has a name now. I thought it'd change his name at least here.
I know, right?
What do you think? What do you think of my Seishiro sling? Okay.
Okay, sure. Why
Seishiro
not?
Sling, eh? It's been a while since that man flying like that. Is he just okay? He's gone.
Whatever could Father be hiding from me? About Jezebel Bread? About Dr. Wilson? And now it seems, according to the reporter, about Kazuma-sama. I'm going to have to bring this up with Father sometime, which means you're never going to bring it up again when nobody else is around. Judicial System Mikitobo-san, Esquire? Could I have a word? Oh, yes, of course, Sasaki-san. What is it? I think perhaps it could be fate we're meeting again like this just now. You see? There's something I need to tell you. Oh? I believe it may be related to the reason why your father summoned you back from England. This I have to hear. Please, Sasaki-san, tell me at once. I will! As you know, my time in England was terrible. Curse, I have no doubt. Such awful things I was embroiled in. Thank goodness, locum student Naruhodo-san Esquire stepped in. After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on the ship here back to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experience to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Mikitoba. He wanted to ask me all sorts of things about my reports. My father? He seemed especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. But it was the very next day he sent a telegram asking you to return to Japan. That's not suspicious at all. What was it then? The particular part my father was so interested in? I don't really know exactly, but I do remember them. Those two terrible cases I was caught up in. What was the other one? Of course, I can never forget. Your father seemed concern himself mainly with the second case. The second one? You mean the one Mr. Sholmes forbid anyone to talk about in public? Wait, what? So he had another case after the one we put him through? Oh dear God. Which is why the only case involving you that any member public was aware of is the first. Well, I don't care. I don't have to listen to what dastardly detectives say. Anyway, the point is, it seems that case somehow holds the key to all the curious unanswered questions. That horrific, hideous case. The case of the haunted lodgings. Oh, that's not good. That case somehow caused my father to summon me urgently back to Japan. Though I thought the whole business was over, it seems I was wrong. Perhaps I was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told. Yeah, we don't know anything about that second case.
So, the mystery of that English woman's death is solved, thank goodness. And having stood in the Supreme Court now, I think I can comprehend a little better. How you must be feeling as you fight for people's freedom in a foreign land, Naruhodo-san. But actually, I'm writing to you today because of another matter. I met Soseki-san and we talked about that second case he was involved in. Father has said nothing to me, but I feel certain of it. That case holds the key to some great unsolved mystery. My notes on the case should still be in the office, tucked away at the back of the shelves on the left. Perhaps you might like to look over them again. Today, for the first time this year, it feels as though summer has arrived. The sky is a brilliant blue. It makes me long to see you again. Yours, Susato.
So she knows about that second case? We never did a case about something like that. Interesting. Susato
Yeah, I wonder.
success. All right.
Oh, what? Oh, second episode 2.
Yeah, the memories of the clouded.
The memoirs of the clouded Kokoro.
Interesting. But
So
anyways,
that
guys.
means the next case is going to be involving. It's pretty much going to be like what happened during that case.
Yeah. So which means that Susato and Naruhodo had another case that we don't know about.
So you know what that means? You're going to be Susato again.
Am I really?
Because you were. I was a. What was it?
Were you just
You were supposed to be
playing?
Ryunosuke.
Were you?
You were the reason.
Were you just playing me when you said that you didn't know that if Susato was going to be in the second case?
Honestly, no. I thought the third case was the second case, and the second case was the third case. So, not really. But now that it's like confirmation that they're talking about the second case, I'm like, oh, so it is this one. Okay.
I mean, I don't care, but still, what the fuck are the chances?
Voicing Susato again.
Anyways, guys, that will be starting up. I am hoping, just so because as I said, I'm on vacation and I still have a whole another week on top of the rest of this week. So I'm hoping that we would be able to start that off next Monday. Let's see. Tomorrow I've got nothing. Friday we'll be back with Digimon. Same with Saturday and Sunday. Monday, hopefully, we'll be back in to start the second case of this game. So yeah. Anyways, let's see to send you guys to over on Twitch. And then as soon as I do, I've got to run back to the bathroom. So, Nintendo, once I do that, once I actually end the case...
I know.
I did not tell you to play. I paused you. So one bad thing about drinking is that, yeah. Well, I have an idea who I want to raid. Just okay. Yeah, he is streaming. Okay. Excuse me. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, come on, stop that. That is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I surely did. If you guys like what you see here, you want to see more, give me a follow here on Twitch. Subscribe to YouTube for any previous content. Also ring the notification bell for you know I go live or when videos get posted. Also on YouTube, if you like what you see, give me a like. Comment down below you enjoy and stuff I can improve on. I'm always looking for feedback. Follow me on Twitter for some updates. More updates and a chance to talk to me off stream. Join my Discord. Everything's down below the stream and in the description on YouTube. But as usual, I've been your host Revo. And until the next stream, stay true to the